All right, so Taj, the Eagles name Jalen Hurts, the starter for the Philadelphia Eagles. They play the Saints this week on. I mean, this I feel like this is a tough start, but Carson Wentz he's been horrible for them. I mean, I don't really think they have much of an option. Jalen Hurts came and he threw a touchdown. They I guess they just need some sort of change. What's going on with the Eagles?
I mean, it was the right move. I mean, a lot of people. I don't think this is a long term plan, but at this moment in time, I think Jalen Hurts is the best player to pick there. The Eagles, their entire O line has been beaten up. You got guys. Jason Peters has been out. Lane Johnson has been out. Then you have Kelsey. He has been out. So the O line has been beaten up. Carson Wentz, he's just been holding the ball entirely too long. Like you're just taking untimely sacks. You're holding the ball too long. Sometimes you just need to give up on some plays, and he never gives up on the play. And when you see guys talented as Carson Wentz, like they just never want to give up on plays. They always feel like they can overcome. Carson Wentz has in his head that he's still that quarterback from what was that 2017 season when he was about to be MVP. Well, he was the leading front runner for MVP. But you got to realize Carson Wentz, you don't have those team guys on the team. It's a different team now. This team isn't as talented as that team was. You cannot make off scripted plays like you could have done with that team. Everyone isn't in cohesion with this team at this point. Then you got guys. Deshaun Jackson has been out for the second year in a row. His deep threat, he's been out. Jalen Reagor, their first round pick, he's missed games. So they have been riddled with injuries all around. I mean, I know a lot of team has had injuries, but let's be real. Eagles are one of the teams that's been married with more significant injuries than other teams. Then you got the tight end. He hasn't really been playing well. Zach Ertz, he hasn't been the same. He's getting up there in age. The Eagles, this team, they just need a spark. And at this point in time, Jalen Hurts, he's going to provide a spark for the team. We already know what Carson Wentz is. You had 12 games to prove yourself. If they've been trying and trying, it's not working. Just Jalen Hurts is just there to give him a spark. I'm not saying this is going to be a long-term plan, but I think they're just saying, all right, let's just see what Jalen Hurts got at this moment in time because it's just not working with Carson Wentz. Jalen Hurts, he can run the ball. His arm isn't as talented as Carson Wentz to him, but he can make plays, and he's proven to be a winner. I mean, this is a guy that's played in 2 national championship games. This is a guy that's been a Heisman runner up. So he can win games for you. He's not going to be as talented as the Patrick Mahomes, the Carson Wentz, to Sean Watson, but he's a guy that make plays and win games, and I think he's going to provide us back. Playing him against the Saints. Yes, it's going to be tough, but come on, it's the NFL. Every week is tough. I mean, you got Tua started against the Rams. You got Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey on that defense. Then you got Herbert. He started against the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Kansas City Chiefs. And that defense, you see Honey Badger pick him off for one of the first plays of the game. So I'm saying like every QB is going to have if you're playing in the NFL, every other week is going to be a really tough game. So I don't think that's an excuse not to start him. Yes, put him in against things. Let's see what he got.
Yeah. I definitely. I don't know if I love this move because like we could see that Carson Wentz, has been in his head. And he doesn't really know where he's at right now, and he still probably thinks he's that guy from back in 2017. And part of it, a huge part of it is the O line. They can't protect him. But like he's just not been that great. I do watch a lot of Eagles game, and I can see like he makes terrible decisions, and I don't know what it is about him. And I feel like Jalen Hurts is going to provide a spark for them. And even in the snaps where they tried to use him as that Taysom Hill type of guy, Swiss Army knife type of guy, like he hasn't been that great. So I want to see like what he is, with a complete starting role. Obviously, is against the Saints. We both can agree they're the number one defense for the past few weeks inside the NFL, and that O line, Jalen Hurts could run it, so we might be better off because the O line can't stop anyone. But this is gonna get interesting real quick because they still owe Carson Wentz a ton of money, and I do feel like we just saw that in the last season, like he led them to the playoffs. He won them the games that they were supposed to win. And they got the blitz, and obviously he got hurt. I think it was the first or second quarter in the playoffs. So he got hurt. But I still think Carson Wentz can be that guy, but he just needs to like kind of figure out like way like what he like. I don't know if the situation or the coaching like something has to change. Like is either I feel like is either the coach or the quarterback. Like something in the locker room needs to change. And I still think Carson Wentz can be, an elite quarterback in this league. But just for the Eagles right now, like we even saw it with, when he goes down and Nick Foles comes in, everybody is hyped up to play with Nick Foles. It's maybe like it might be his personality. Like guys just don't want to play for him. They don't get excited. He isn't a rah rah guy. You know what I mean? But Jalen Hurts is definitely going to ignite a spark for them, and I feel like they're going to be a different team. We're going to see a different team this week.
Well, Carson Wentz, he got injured the second play of the playoffs. It was not the quarter. It was not the second quarter. It was the second play. Literally the second snap. This guy was off the field with an injury. So I mean, if you're the Eagles, if I'm the coach of the Eagles and I'm saying I want a Super Bowl with Nick Foles, you guys got rid of Nick Foles, and I got Carson Wentz. He's making bad decisions. So both sides are going to be a little disgruntled. Doug Peterson, he's looking at it as though, well, I won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles, and you guys got rid of him. And Carson Wentz is looking at us as though, well, you guys drafted the quarterback in the second round. I watched another guy lead my team to Super Bowl after I was in during the MVP season for myself. So both sides have, it's going to be some disparities between both sides, which is understandable, because that's just what happens in sports. Everyone thinks, and especially when the Eagles are involved, things are just going to get a little trippy. But like I told you before, I think Carson Wentz, talent wise, he's a top 5 talent at the quarterback position in the NFL. But in terms of making plays, he's just not been displaying it at this moment in time. I mean, if you're the Eagles, it's a winnable division, but we have to be realistic. They're not going anywhere in the playoffs. So they've noticed that with this team, and they're saying, okay, let's just see what Jalen Hurts got. This season has been a wash, although they don't want to say it. The season is a wash, so they just want to see what Jalen Hurts got. Maybe if he plays good, maybe you pit Carson Wentz on the market. If Jalen Hurts doesn't play good, then you bring in a new coach to try with Carson Wentz. So I think those are things that we got to look forward to with this coming off season. But I definitely think Carson Wentz. I definitely think he still has the talent to be a starting quarterback in the NFL.